All right, so now we're going to practice answering some questions about our characters using key details. So we went over our thinking steps. I'm going to go over the thinking steps just one more time. So as I show you how to answer these questions, you can see how I use my thinking steps to help me answer the questions. So thinking step number 1 was to study the pictures and the words about the character. So before I choose to study the character, I need to know what character is the question asking about. So I'm going to read question number 1 right here. The question says, what does wind do in this page? So it's asking what does wind, that's our character, do just in this page, not the whole book. It's only asking about this page right here. So step number 1, study the pictures and words about the wind because the wind is my character. So I'm going to read this page. Listen carefully. At first, wind is gentle and just floats my balloon around in the air. But then, with a jerk, he grabs it away and carries it up to the top. I can see that the balloon is flying up high. Now, I cannot see wind because the wind does not have hands, it does not have feet, it's just the wind, right? We can't see wind, but the wind is actually a character in this story. I can also see Gilberto. That's another character. But this question is not asking about Gilberto. It's asking about the wind. Step number 2. Who is the character? We already solved that step. We know our character is the wind. Step number 3. What does the character say, do, or feel? I'm going to come back to my question and figure out what it's asking. What does wind do? So I have to think, what is wind doing in this page? Here we go. At first, wind is gentle and just floats my balloon around in the air. Wind is floating my balloon. So I'm going to type here that wind is floating Gilberto's balloon because that is what he is doing. He's floating Gilberto's balloon. That's the action. And I know I'm going to get that question right because I answered about the right character and I answered the right thing that it's asking me about the character. It's not asking about what it's saying or what the wind is feeling. It's asking about what the wind is doing. Awesome. Now I'm going to move on to my second question. Listen to the second question. How does wind feel in this page? All right. Thinking step number 1. Look at the pictures and the words about the character. Think by yourself. Who is the character that this question is asking you about? Take 4 seconds to think about it. If you said the wind, good job. The question is asking about the wind. The wind is the character we want to know about. How does wind feel in this page? Step number 3. What does the character say, do, or feel? What is this question asking about? Take 4 seconds. Is it asking you about how it feels, what it does, or what it's saying? Yes, good. If you said it's asking about how wind feels, Give yourself a kiss in the brain. Awesome. So now we're going to use our text evidence here to figure out what Wind is feeling. At first, Wind is gentle and just floats my balloon around in the air. But then, with a jerk, he grabs it away and carries it up to the top. A, is Wind feeling playful? Is Wind feeling tired, happy, or lonely? If you said that Wind is feeling playful, good job. Wind is feeling playful. And I know that because he is playing with Gilberto and making the balloon float on the air. And he's kind of pulling it back and forth, right, to Gilberto. And so he's playing with him. Wind is not feeling tired. If he were to be feeling tired, then he wouldn't be playing with the balloon in the first place. Happy? That's a tricky one. But I think playful is a better answer. D, lonely. I don't think Wind feels lonely in this page because he's playing with Gilberto. So the correct answer would be A, playful. And then you can say, I know that because the Wind is playing with Gilberto's balloon and he feels playful. Awesome. Now, remember when you are answering your exit ticket, you have to be thinking about your thinking steps. Good job.